Joined here on the pregame show with Coach Nate Reinhardt for the Kemmerer girls. And Coach, this last weekend, a little bit of a disappointment. You went 1-1 instead of being able to sweep the 2 Wind River Reservation schools. Talk about what your thoughts overall were on the weekend.
First game, we were a little sluggish defensively. After the first quarter, we woke up, gave up 10 points in the next 3 quarters. So, liked our team defense that we brought out in the rest of the game. Even our JV girls got to play that whole fourth quarter. They kept up the same tempo. So we saw good things. The Wyoming Indians game, it's tough to win there. Some of it is from the style of play we play. There's not a lot of fouls called in those first 3 quarters on them. Fourth quarter, the refs did call it, so we kind of made a mad rush back into the game due to all of a sudden getting some calls. If it had been a little more consistent for 4 quarters with the officiating, it would have made a big difference for us, but we still need to get that mentally out of our head. We start to let the officials, when we go there, get in our heads with what they won't call and what they will, and it's just a mental aspect that we struggle with. But, fourth quarter, I was very proud of the girls. They could have just packed it up and been done, and they came out from the get-go and attacked the basket, got some fouls, made some baskets. We got it tied back up, I think. Then they got up by 1, and end of the game, we made a couple mistakes and turning the ball over instead of giving ourselves a couple opportunities to take the lead or tie it. And that's where they got those free throws at the end, is off our mistakes because we had to foul. So it went from 1 point to 5 points with 7 seconds or 2 seconds left.
You talk about the fact that the girls came out spirited in that fourth quarter and put up 18 points in that fourth quarter. There's 2 fields of thought to look at that one. The first one is, well, we should have been doing this all the way through the game and we should have been winning at that point in time. The other one is, there's a lot of positives to take going into our next game. Which one are you trying to push to the girls?
It'll be positive takes, because I like the fact that they knew they were down. They knew they played bad before that. They changed their mindset of how we needed to play and went for it. They didn't just kind of give it a half effort. They went all out for it, and it gave them an opportunity for a win at the end. It just didn't go our way this time.
Looking at this weekend, Big Piney coming here, 2 things going on. Senior night, first of all, for Lexi Julie, and the other thing is you guys are having your pink out night. Talk a little bit about, for starters, what it would mean to get a win there for Lexi Julian.
We're going to be coming all out, guns a-blazing Friday night. We want to get after it from the get-go. We played that fourth quarters the way we are going to start on Friday. They played good against Wyoming Indians there, and there was reasons for that, but we're going to be pushing it and attacking every aspect. Every chance we get, we're going to push it at them to get ourselves in a good tempo for the game and hopefully come away with a good win.
And speaking of the other thing, pink out, it's something you don't necessarily see a lot of teams do for basketball. You see it in volleyball an awful lot, but basketball, you guys get to put on the pink uniforms and doing it for a good cause this year. Talk a little bit about that and what the community should support that.
Last year was the first year with it. Our math teacher, Mrs. Schramm, got diagnosed with breast cancer last year, and we talked about trying to figure something out. Uniforms aren't cheap, and the Williams company had some people with it. They came and said, what do you need for pink uniforms or anything you need for that game? And they graciously donated uniforms for us to have a pink game and play for a cure. Mr. Schramm, he had no clue until we had to take the picture the week before to put it in the newspaper. They had no clue that we were playing in pink until Mrs. Schramm saw him. So it was a really special game for him last year, and it continues. There's always a great cause. There's a lot of people who are affected by it, whether it's directly or family and friends, and anything we can do to help find a cure is our goal.
Well, we'll do what we can from the radio station's aspect to push that and get the gym painted pink out there with the fans in the stands. And thanks again for the time, Nate. As always, it's a pleasure getting to talk to you, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.